everyone. My name is Stephanie Eisinger. Welcome to the Mending a Broken Heart 3 Key Strategies webinar. I'm really glad that all of you are here. I'm so excited to be sharing this information with you because I know just how powerful it is. It can be devastating when a relationship ends and our heart is broken. It can feel like your heart has shattered into a million pieces and there is a gigantic knot in your stomach. Bess Meyerson wrote, "To fall in love is awfully simple, but to fall out of love is simply awful. Nothing else seems to matter. The relationship breakup has colored your entire world in an ugly shade of gray." Well, I want to congratulate you. You have all taken an enormous step toward mending your broken heart and getting rid of the overwhelmingly painful feelings by registering for and attending this webinar. You will learn what you need to know about how to make your world colorful again, and you will begin the process of letting go and moving on. This webinar is designed for women who want to mend their broken hearts and reclaim their lives. It's for women who are struggling with the heartbreak of a relationship ending and who want to let go of their feelings of pain and despair so they can feel love and joy again. It's for women who are ready and willing to take responsibility for their own feelings and are ready to make positive changes in their lives. It's for women who are ready to clear out the emotional and cognitive clutter and make room in their lives for new positive thoughts and feelings. This webinar is designed for women who are determined to move beyond survival mode to become thrivers in all areas of their lives, but they just don't know how. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to tell you how to release your pain without self-medicating, without alcohol, drugs, or food to numb your emotions. I'm going to tell you how to let go of the past and be able to mend your broken heart. Holding on to what once was makes it impossible to let go and move on. Joseph Campbell stated, "We must be willing to let go of the life we had planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us." I'm going to tell you how to silence your critical inner voice. Lisa M. Hayes put it, "Be careful how you're talking to yourself because you are listening." I'm going to tell you how to care for yourself without feeling guilty. Taking care of yourself is not selfish or self-indulgent. It's a matter of survival. And I'm also going to tell you how to boost your self-image and attract the partner you've always longed for, the one that will respect you, love you, and make your needs a priority. I promise that if you stick with me until the end of this webinar, I will show you how to mend your broken heart, let go of the past, develop an awesome vision of the future, and attract the exact type of relationship you have always wanted. There is nothing for sale on this webinar, but if you stick with me, I will provide you with a link to an invaluable article on recognizing toxic behavior that will help you determine if you are allowing toxic people to infect your life. Does this sound like you? Are you wondering what's wrong with you that you couldn't make the relationship work? Do you feel lost and empty inside, like there is a huge void that needs to be filled? Is depression draining your energy and taking over your life, making it hard to get through your daily routine? Do negative thoughts chip away at your self-confidence and self-image? Do you feel anxious, even terrified of all the unknowns in your future that you will have to face without a partner to love and support you? Do you question who you are? Do you feel like you are destined to always be alone? If this is how you feel, I have news for you. None of these are the problem. The real problem is that you don't know the secret to mending a broken heart and living a happier life. I'm going to tell you the secret in just a moment. Once you know the secret, you'll have control over how you feel. You'll no longer feel lost and alone. You'll be able to counter self-defeating thoughts and beliefs. Once you know the secret, you'll have a clearer understanding of who you are and what you truly want in your life. You will banish the fears you have about your unknown future, and you'll have effective, healthy strategies to inoculate yourself against situational depression. The only thing you need to know is there are 3 key strategies you can apply to move beyond the pain and heartbreak of a relationship ending and take the vital steps to create the future of your dreams. And I'm going to show you the 3 key strategies today. But first, let me take a moment to tell you a little bit about who I am and why the heck you should listen to me. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor who has taught divorce and relationship recovery classes for over 12 years. I'm also a certified professional coach who focuses on relationship recovery, loss, and women's empowerment. My specialty is helping women unleash their personal power, reclaim their identity, develop their inner strength and resiliency, and tap into their power to attract beautiful people and beautiful things into their lives. Those are some of my professional qualifications, but on a more personal note, let me share with you a little bit about my own experiences with relationship recovery and mending a broken heart. I haven't always been the strong, confident, and successful woman I am today. I grew up with 2 emotionally unavailable parents. I witnessed my mother slide into depression as the result of an emotionally crippling marriage. Her fear of what others would think and the strong messages she received from her mother made her feel like she had to stay in a marriage, even though she was being severely damaged by doing so. She had inherited the core belief, "You made your bed, now lie in it." She also had the misconception that she needed to stay in the marriage for my brothers and my sake, not realizing the detrimental effect it was having on us. When I was 18, she was finally able to find the courage to say, "I deserve better." With my support and the support of loving friends, she eventually sought a divorce. My mother was too immersed in her own emotional pain and depression to be available to emotionally support or protect me while I was young. Coupled with my father's cold lack of emotional attachment, it created an empty void inside of me that I was ill-equipped to fill. My neediness led me to marry someone who was toxic for me, even though the red flags were evident. The marriage was a disaster and ended when I had a life-altering, out-of-body experience in which I had the strange sensation of hovering over myself as I sat crying on the floor of our bedroom. And I didn't even recognize myself. In a few short months, I had become a terrified shadow of my former self and had given up everything in an attempt to make my marriage work. It seems that even though I was my mother's strongest advocate in her need to get out of a damaging relationship, I too had inherited the belief that I had made my bed and must lie in it. For the first time since I was a little girl, I reached out to my mother for support and unconditional love that I needed. And this time, she was able to provide it. She had since found a wonderful man who treated us both as precious additions to his life. Their love and support helped me out of my abusive marriage and to begin to heal my broken heart. Unfortunately, although I had learned many valuable lessons, I had not yet learned the keys to having a healthy partnership or to filling my own emotional void. I did not take enough time to become whole before I got married again. My second marriage quickly became one of habit, security, and indifference. We became 2 ships passing in the night, not even invested enough in the relationship to fight. It was too good to leave, but not good enough to generate happiness, to support love, or to be a true partnership. It wasn't until I began to see a pattern in the stories of the individuals I was working with professionally that I began to take note of the true keys to having a happy, healthy relationship and to apply them consistently in my own life. The number one thing I had to do was work on myself first. It took 12 years before I decided to get married again. I am now blessed to be married to a man who loves me for who I am, faults and all, who supports and encourages me to pursue all of my life goals, and who is my partner in all ways essential to a happy, fulfilling relationship. Suffice it to say, I had to learn how to mend my broken heart and myself through trial and error, and it took years. So take the wisdom I'm offering and find the courage to apply it in your own life. I don't want you to have to wait that long to find your happy future. I am invested in helping you find your path to mending your broken heart. Okay, I promise to show you the secret to mending your broken heart. The next portion of the webinar focuses on discovering the 3 key strategies for an awesome recovery. Over the years, I have had the chance to work with lots of people. Some of the people I've worked with have had extraordinary breakthroughs that were life-changing. Some of the people I've worked with have had pretty good results and have been able to move on and have a good life. And some of the people I've worked with didn't get results, and they stayed stuck in their pain and depression and continued to attract the same type of relationships. When I began looking at these people's progress, the progress of my colleagues' clients, and my own journey, I discovered that the people who made the biggest differences in their life, the ones with the greatest progress, were the ones doing these 3 very specific things. They were doing them consistently, enthusiastically, and without looking back. The people who were able to successfully recover from their heartbreak and go on to have amazing lives, the ones able to go from being survivors to being thrivers, were the ones who embraced these strategies and used them moment by moment, day by day, consistently, no matter how tough it got. And you too can go from a place where you are merely surviving to a place where you are thriving, a place where you feel whole again, a place where you are happy, self-confident, future-oriented, and know exactly who you are and have exactly what you want in life. There are 3 key strategies you must apply to mend your broken heart and move beyond surviving a relationship breakup to thriving in all areas of your life. And I'm going to walk you through them right now. Key strategy number 1, release your painful feelings. Common feelings related to a devastating relationship breakup can trigger thoughts of suicide. Mental health literature abounds with references of how feelings of loss, depression, and anxiety can lead to thoughts of suicide as being a viable solution to end the pain. If you master this key strategy of releasing your painful feelings, you will inoculate yourself against feelings that can trigger thoughts of suicide. You will learn how to release toxic feelings and open yourself up to feeling joy and love again. Your world will be bright again, and you will be excited about what your future holds for you. If you do not master this key strategy, you will continue to stay stuck in depression, becoming increasingly anxious, falling deeper and deeper into loneliness and despair. You will narrow your world until all you can envision is a bleak future with no way out. You will feel the empty void inside, growing, threatening to consume you. And you will become involved in another relationship before you are ready, or you will avoid relationships altogether. Here's how to release your painful feelings. Realize that feelings in and of themselves are not bad. They are what color our world and make us human. Understand that we need the experience of negative feelings in order to fully appreciate the positive ones. Imagine having Christmas Day every day with a loving family and no worries, and waking up to the excitement that you feel. Well, if that happened day after day, pretty soon those great feelings would start to feel normal, and then they'd start feeling boring, and then pretty soon, blah. No longer would the wonderful feelings feel as good. We need the negative feelings to compare them to. You need to accept uncomfortable and painful feelings as normal. Allow yourself to feel them, express them, and then let them go. Use whatever means of expression is most powerful for you, whether it is verbally expressing your feelings to someone you trust, or through writing poems or journaling, through painting, drawing, or even making a collage. The most important part to remember is that you must fully express your feelings and get them outside of yourself in order to let them go and begin to heal. Healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life. Releasing your painful and toxic feelings frees you to think positively about your present and your future. It allows room for positive, energizing thoughts that lead to great decisions and a strong desire to protect yourself and build your future. You will be filled with renewed hope and ready to discover who you are now so you can follow your dreams. Key strategy number 2, shift how you think. Your relationship ending is not the problem. The problem is how you think about the relationship ending. How we think determines how we feel. How we feel determines how we think. And how we think determines the actions we take that create our lives. Think of feelings or emotions as being at the top of a triangle, with thoughts and behaviors being at each of the bottom angles. If you change one of these, it affects the other two. So by changing our thoughts, we can change our feelings, and that will affect our behavior. Or we could change our behavior, and that would affect our thoughts and subsequently our feelings. An example might help to clarify how this works. Think of the following scenario. A farmer is in the middle of harvesting his crop when he wakes up one morning to rain pouring down outside. He cusses the rain, thinking of how much time will be wasted, of how the harvest crew will be sitting around with nothing to do, and of the fact that he cannot pay his bills until the crop is in. He starts to feel anxious, worried, frustrated, and angry. And when his wife smiles at him, tells him good morning, and asks him if he'd like a second cup of coffee, he snaps at her and cusses the weather and the wasted day. His wife instantly feels hurt and rejected, thinking, I am unimportant. The crops are more important than I am. She turns to leave the room, but then she remembers that she ultimately has control over how she feels. She turns back to her husband and says, I'm sorry the rain has ruined your plans for the day, but I have missed you, and am glad that we have a chance to spend some time together today. What would you like to do with our day? She immediately feels happier and more confident. The farmer, in surprise, considers his wife's words. He begins to think of how nice it would be to spend time with her too, and that he really would like to get some things done around the house for her that she's needed to have done for a while. He begins to feel less anxious and frustrated and starts to look forward to the day. He smiles and says, I think I will have that second cup of coffee after all. The wife's decision to change how she responded to her husband quickly changed the situation from one that would drive a wedge between them to one in which they had the opportunity to grow closer as a couple. It is how our thoughts, feelings, and actions affect each other and intermingle that creates how we experience our lives. You didn't realize you had so much control over your life, did you? We are truly amazing beings. We need only tap into our power to make big changes in our lives. If you master the key strategy of shifting how you think, you will be able to reframe how you view any problem as a challenge. You will see the positives of the relationship ending and not focus on the negatives. You will forgive yourself and the other person, freeing you to take away what you want and leave behind the rest. You will feel confident in your ability to secure your own future and to find lasting love. But if you do not master the key strategy of shifting how you think, you will continue to see the relationship ending as a terrible tragedy that you may never recover from. You will perpetuate a negative way of viewing relationships, yourself, and the world. You will stay depressed and miserable. And you will be unable to attract the type of relationship you have always desired. Here's how to shift your thinking. Shift your thinking from the past to the present and the future. Shift your thinking from potential future problems to the potential in your future. You cannot solve or think of all potential future problems. It's a waste of time and energy to worry about what may never happen. It does make sense, however, to think about the most likely problems that may crop up and develop an action plan to deal with them. This will actually decrease your anxiety about the future. But understand that your power is in the present. That is where you can plan and make the changes you want and need to make. Shift your thinking from a negative focus to a positive focus. You will bring into your life what you focus on. Shifting how you think will increase your ability to fully release your painful feelings and focus your thoughts on discovering who you are and what you want in your life. By doing the emotional and cognitive work I have suggested so far, you will clean the clutter out of your inner closet and begin the process of mending your broken heart and making room for great new stuff in your life. Strategy number 3, discover who you are and who you want to be. This strategy is very important because, as Bell Hooks put it, knowing how to be solitary is central to the art of loving. When we can be alone, we can be with others without using them as a means to escape. When your relationship ended, he took part of your identity with him. Part of who we are is tied into our relationships. Our identity is partly defined by the roles we fill during our lifetime: daughter, sister, mother, girlfriend, wife. This is even more true for women. We often change our last name, give up our homes, move to a new town, leave or change jobs, all in an effort to make our relationships work. If you master the key strategy of discovering who you are and who you want to be, you will redefine who you are as your roles in life change. You will be content with being single. You will stand up for yourself and what you believe in. You will be empowered to act on your own choices and not feel guilty. And you will begin to envision a wonderful future and take steps to achieve it. But if you do not master this key strategy, you will identify yourself as a victim. You will remain feeling lost and unsure of the future. You will be easily swayed by others. And you will be more likely to attract toxic people into your life. Here's how to discover who you are and who you want to be. Pay attention to what you value and what you believe. Determine if these values and beliefs are a good fit for you or if you inherited them. Rediscover and reinforce your likes and dislikes. Explore new things, new places, new friendships, new activities. Decide the parts of you that you like and nurture them, and decide the parts that you would like to change. Make a list of your strengths and build on them, and then begin working on the areas that you want to improve. Discovering who you are and who you want to be will enable you to make life's challenges and focus on positive, future-oriented thoughts and actions. You will be able to deal with strong, uncomfortable feelings, not afraid to express them and not needing to hold on to them. You will see yourself clearly and not identify yourself as a bad person or as a victim. To illustrate the power of these 3 key strategies, I'd like to share the story of a former client. I'll call her Jan. Jan was self-medicating with drugs and alcohol. She was debilitated by a negative self-image and depression. She was engaging in a self-destructive pattern of behavior, and she was feeling worthless and not caring enough to protect herself. Jan's heart was broken, and she was experiencing a downward spiral that had led to a series of toxic relationships and one-night stands, and to her feeling hopeless and helpless. Jan's life experiences had crushed her beautiful soul. But by applying these 3 key strategies, Jan became able to pull herself out of depression. She was able to release the painful feelings generated by her past. She was able to embrace the future that she could now envision for herself. And she was able to mend her broken heart. Armed with these 3 key strategies and a lot of support and coaching, Jan cleaned out her inner closet, making room for great new stuff. She quit using drugs and alcohol. She enrolled in school to pursue the career of her dreams. And she met a man who treated her like every woman deserves, with love, respect, and mutual care. In summary, Jan's story illustrates how powerful consistently using the 3 key strategies is in helping individuals move away from their place of darkness and toward a bright, beautiful future filled with love, peace, and hope. Jan's choice to embrace the help of a coach who believed in her innate ability to determine what was best for herself and who kept her focused on her goals helped speed her journey to health and happiness and to mend her broken heart. A life coach is there to provide clients with tools and unconditional support while holding them accountable to their own goals and dreams. Earlier, I promised to tell you how to release your pain without self-medicating, without using alcohol, drugs, or food to numb the pain. I promised to tell you how to let go of the past and be able to move forward to a happy, healthier life. I promised to tell you how to silence your critical inner voice and counter your negative, self-defeating thoughts that are running your life. I promised to tell you how to care for yourself without feeling guilty or selfish or self-indulgent. And I promised to tell you how to boost your self-image and attract the partner that you've always longed for. What you need to do to mend your broken heart and become a thriver? To recover faster and more successfully from a devastating relationship breakup, you need to release the painful feelings and make room for happiness. You need to bring hope back into your life. You need to shift how you think, focusing on positive thoughts and on your future. And you need to discover who you are and who you want to be, strengthening your resolve to take actions that will bring love and joy into your life. Now you have a choice. You can take this information and file it away, intending to use it, but not taking any action. And you can stay stuck where you are, mired down in unhappiness, depression, and grief, hanging on to a past that no longer exists. You can be a survivor or a thriver. But you were drawn to this webinar for a reason. You want to feel better now, and you want renewed hope for a brighter tomorrow. You can find all the excuses in the book why not to take action. There's not enough time. It's selfish to invest in myself. Change is too hard, and so on. But as David Rhodes put it, you cannot always wait for the perfect time. Sometimes you must dare to jump. So I'm challenging you to jump. You can take this extraordinary opportunity to clean out your inner closet, mend your broken heart, become more self-aware, and make changes that help you create the life that you've always wanted, always dreamed of, always deserved. You can become a powerful change agent for your life. If you take this opportunity, you will have confidence in your own abilities to have a great career, the romantic relationship of your choosing, and a sense of purpose as you pursue your dreams. How I can help? If that's what you want, then I have an offer for you. I've set aside time in the next week to talk with you about how you can start applying these strategies in your life right away. The cost is free. I have provided you with 3 general strategies, but the truth is, everyone's situation is different, even if it looks similar on the surface. The call will help you individualize these strategies to focus on your particular needs and to provide you with a way to go more in depth on how to do this. And the cost is totally free. The catch: this is not for everyone. But who this is for individuals who are absolutely committed to making positive changes in their life. It's for individuals who are willing to take responsibility and immediate action. It's for individuals who are open and willing to learn and to do the hard work required. And it's for individuals who are totally committed to investing in themselves. You're probably wondering, just why the heck is she doing this? Well, on the call, I'll help you get clarity about exactly what you want in your life to be like and the exact steps that you should take to achieve your goals. If you want me to help you and I think you're a good fit, I may invite you to become one of the new clients that I take on this month. I will take you through the same steps I offer my one-on-one coaching clients, but in a shorter time frame so that you can mend your broken heart much faster and begin to live the life of your dreams. So what are you waiting for? Click here and get started right away. Take this extraordinary opportunity to invest in yourself and to mend your broken heart. I hope that I will be talking to you very soon. But I want to leave you with this bit of wisdom from this final quote by Bridget Nicole. One of the most courageous decisions you'll ever make is to finally let go of what is hurting your heart and your soul. So sign up today.